Hi guys, I promised to do another video like 2 weeks ago. I've been dreading doing this video. So here I am. The weather's horrible, but I found myself a nice place to do this video. I don't know if anyone's watching, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to answer the questions that people have been asking me after the last live video I did. And well, if people want to like tag along and ask questions in the chat, that's fine. But I'm just gonna try and start my story. I wanted to talk to you guys about my soul origins and how I found out I was a hybrid, because that's the question that's been asked most. So I think my awakening started about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm 34 now, so just before I turned 30. And, you know, leading up to that, there's been incidents and people that told me things about who I was or my aura or, you know, stuff like that, just random things. And I've always been, like, kind of spiritual, like, aware that there was stuff going on because I was targeted as a child energetically a lot. But, you know, growing up in a household where you didn't really talk about those things, I thought they were just like nightmares or my imagination. So at some point, I think in puberty, I shut it off, closed the door completely, but there was always this interest into the occult. I was like a bit of a punk, like a goth. So I did buy a tarot deck and tried to teach myself how to read tarot. It took me a few years. I'm quite good now. But anyhow, that's until I turned about 29, 30, and my tarot readings suddenly started to become a lot better. I got a lot more intuitive. But at the time, I had a vintage clothing shop, and I was really busy actually doing like. I had an online web shop, I had a physical shop, and I did festivals where I had like a market stall where I sold vintage fashion as well. So doing everything on my own, I ended up with a burnout. I completely collapsed, and I think that's when the walls came down and I had a full-on awakening. It was like a tidal wave, but did not know anything about me being hybrid though. As I live alone, like rural, in the middle of nowhere, and I like it that way, I went through this process on my own. So what I do is when I try to understand something or get through something, I research it. I want to know everything about it so I can take my own conclusions. So that's why I did. I started researching, and at first I researched 1111 because that's what I started seeing everywhere, and I was like, I saw it on walls, tagged, graffiti, but also I would wake up 3 times a week at 11:11, and I just started googling what the F is 11:11. Leading from that, I found the term light worker. And I thought, well, this suits me. I think I'm here to do something good for the world, and I think I am one of those light workers, one of those old souls, because I've always had the feeling that I had a purpose here, that I was an old soul, so to speak. So, you know, you always have that feeling. I also remember as a child that I would like look up and think, why am I in this family? This is not my family, and please come and take me, like try to hitchhike a ride home in the sky. It never happened. So basically I never thought I was special, so it was like I had to overcome that. It's like at first you think, well, I'm a light worker, oh my god, but you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to sound like someone that wants to be special. Well, yeah, after that, I just started getting synchronicities, and every time I had those synchronicities, I had goosebumps everywhere, and that's how I came to being a starseed. Well, when I first opened up to people about, I think I'm not from this planet, my soul is not from here. People were like, okay, I don't know what was wrong with you, but that burnout, you know, watch yourself, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm okay, it's a bit much, but yeah, I'm not the only one. If you Google it, there's lots of people here. So, from figuring out I was a starseed, I thought, well, that's it. I'm an Andromedan starseed from the Andromeda Galaxy, which suits me. When I read stuff about Andromedans from the Andromeda Galaxy, I would think, yeah, sounds like me. But then I started getting synchronicities about being a walk-in. Someone told me you should try using a pendant, a pendulum, like dowsing. So I started doing that, and it went crazy. Like, the pendant went off straight away. I can actually show you. I think I have one on me. I have one on me all the time now. It's like, apparently I have one guy that likes communicating through the pendant, and I have like 4 commands. It's yes, it's a no. It's like when I need them to confirm something, like that's correct, and I have a you can't know yet, or we're not allowed to tell. So when I ask it to do like yes, I am not doing this, but you know, everyone that's a bit awake will know that why the hell would I do this? If I ask it to do a correct, well, there it goes. See? It will go in a circle. And when I ask it to tell me no, oh my God, it will make it stop. Stop. See? There it goes. So there you go. I started using a pendant. And I thought it was really useful to check up on these synchronicities. Is this true? All the questions that I had in my head, at some point I went way overboard and just asked the pendant, like, should I wear this outfit? Should I wear this? She's like, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, started getting things about being a walk-in, and also started realizing that it's very busy in my head, but not all my thoughts are mine. And I've always known that I know things. Like, sometimes I don't know why I know them, but I just know them. And I always thought that my own thoughts were just very chaotic, and sometimes they're being nice to me, and sometimes they're being mean to me. But when I figured out that not all your thoughts are yours, and that I could sense a difference in whether it was one of my regular thought flows, or that it was like a thought put in there, that made a lot of difference. From that point on, my tarot readings and using the pendant started getting better, and I started actually channeling things, actually saying things and thinking in my head, what the hell am I saying? These are not my words. Was a very, very weird experience the first time, because I would hear myself speak, and it would flow, and my head was going, what the fuck am I saying? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So yeah, that was the first time I started channeling. I think my process was very, very, like, some people like awaken gradually, but I think I was more like a sleeper agent. It's like there was this 11/11 trigger, I had this burnout, and then all of a sudden I went uphill. And I've been on this journey ever since, which has been crazy. So going into this whole spiritual path, you start noticing, it's like, wow, how my parents treat me and how they have treated me is not okay, and how people treat me is not okay. I am worth something, because I've been abused psychologically my whole life. My parents have told me that I shouldn't have been born. My stepfather beat me. I don't want to go into that too much, but as I went along, I find out that I had a very, very negative attachment that's been there for since I was really young, because I grew up in fear, and it was able to attach to my aura and drain me of my energies. Well, why that happened, I figured out later on as well. It's such a long story. I'm trying to make this short. I'm so sorry. But, you know, I can't tell you, like, how I found out that I was a hybrid if I don't tell this story, because it won't make any sense. So my father is actually my stepfather. He's not my real father. There's a suspect of who my father would be, but I've seen him once, didn't feel a connection. There was never any DNA testing done. He has never been in my life. And when I met him, the only thing he said was, we expected you sooner? And we've been watching you. Which I thought was weird, but, without context. Okay, well, he's a weirdo. Okay, I'm a weirdo, makes sense. Also, when I was a child, I told people, and I have told people when I was a little child, it's like, half of me is evil. Half of me is evil. Why would a child say that? Well, obviously, because of my upbringing, but, yeah. So, during my awakening, figuring out that actually the abuses were not okay, and that I shouldn't let people treat me this way, finding my power, finding my confidence in spirituality, doing my shadow work, I came to a point that I broke off all contact with my parents, my mother and my stepfather, because, not from a place of anger, but because I realized that they have been a burden and they have been putting me down my whole life, and I had to choose for myself that it would never get any better, that they would never change, that, I needed to walk my own path. So going along the whole Starseed journey and finding out I was walking, it's like, why am I walking? So I kind of figured, like, maybe the type of soul that I am, because through the whole process I found out that I'm an Andromedan angelic, Valkyrie Andromedan angelic, 10th density. Well, depends on what system you use, but so yeah, 10th density. I will, Flamin' Hot Layla, I will try and answer your questions later, but, I have to get this story out because I am such a messy person, and I don't even know where I was in my story now. Found out I'm an angelic, it's like Valkyrie, so I figured maybe my soul is not able to incarnate. And I had a soul do it for me, because I read it somewhere that some angelics that come into this and come here physically are not compatible with the whole incarnation system. So I was fine with that. I thought I have it all figured out. Okay, I'm an angelic, I'm a walk-in because I was not able to incarnate here, but I had a volunteer soul do the incarnation for me, and I walked in right after. Also at that point, I got the information that my life would not be as long, and I was like, yeah, well, I believe in that we're eternal souls and that I'm a walk-in now, so that's fine. If it happens, it happens. I thought I had another walk-in coming, and this life would be for me to adjust, because I've never been here before. I've never been in physical form. So I thought this life was me learning how to be a physical human being, and then the next life, this one preparing me for my mission, and then my next life I would have to actually follow up on my mission. Well, what I was getting was kind of right, but kind of not right. Going back to the negative attachment, I tried about everything. It's like raising my vibrations. If you know what kind of abuse I came out of, like people have told me, it's like, how do you not have any like personality disorders or anything like that? Yeah, of course, I feel down, I feel worthless sometimes, but I'm kind of okay, I just carry on, keep on keeping on. And so there's been a lot of abuse in my life, and that negative attachment being there, I tried everything. It's like, I'm positive, I'm thankful, why won't things work out? So went to several people, but no one was able to remove it until I met like new friends that were in the same process as me, and we started channeling for each other. And at some point, one of my friends made contact with that negative being. And actually, that negative being, after talking to it, told him, it's like, I'm gonna go now. She's ready. I've protected her. I've not always been evil. I'm her friend. And he actually said, she's amazing. I'm gonna go now. So as soon as the negative entity, the negative attachment in my aura was removed or went away, there was also another block removed that looked like a helmet. I was wearing some kind of helmet, and it was blocking my third eye, because I did know that my third eye was open and I was able to peek around it, but it also, I think it was also to keep me off the radar, energetically, and to prevent me from shapeshifting. It was actually preventing my reptilian DNA from being integrated. Forgot about something else as well. I did do a QHHT regression as well, where like most of the things that I thought I was were confirmed. But I also had the question that have I been abducted and have they done something to me? And they were like, yes, you have been. And yes, they've done something to you, but we're not going to go into that. We're just not going to go into that. So that was that. So I thought, well, maybe it's just not important for my mission here. But anyway, the helmet was removed as well by, I think, my guides. And from that point on, my friends saw me shapeshifting. And I was like, no way, I am not a Draco. I am not a hybrid. You know, is it not enough just being the weirdo that I am, and being a starseed, being a walk-in, like being an angelic from the Andromeda galaxy, being Valkyries, like all these weird things, like even in the starseed community, like I'm a weirdo. And I was like, all I've ever tried to be in my life is fit in. That's what I've always wanted to do. At some point I figured out, well, I'm not going to fit in, so I got tattoos done, and like, yeah, this is me now. But anyways, I was like, no, you're shitting me. No, that's not happening. So, after a while, two separate friends told me they saw me shapeshifting. So, I came home after a night just hanging out with these friends talking about it, and I'm like, nah, you're kidding me, you're pulling my leg. It's not true, you know. I can't be Draco. But it all makes sense. When I was a child, I would say half of me is evil. So when I got home, I just sat down on the sofa, it's like, what a night. And I have this like mirror like near the wall, and I could see myself out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know, if you're used to looking at your face for more than 30 years, and it's been the same face, gotten a bit older, and I've got wrinkles now, but, you know, I used to have, like, really big, round, blue eyes, and all of a sudden I would have brown, like, oval-shaped eyes, slit pupils, but at the point when I saw myself shapeshifting in that mirror, I actually physically, and I can't describe how it happens, and I can't tell you what actually happened because I haven't figured it out myself yet, but I just saw my whole face change, like my eyebrows pull up, there's like things coming out of my forehead, I have these like fans like coming out, and like my eyes go everywhere, and I actually saw my skin. It's not like my skin like changes, but it's like there's a film. It is physical, it is tangible, but the density is not as dense as my human skin, and there would be like a greenish, yellowish film all over my face and then my hands, and I would pull up my sweater and go like, oh my god, my belly is green as well. And I would look at my feet and they'd be green as well, and I was like, okay, how am I going to accept this? You know, overcoming everything I've overcome is like, what, really me? Why though? You know, why me? But yeah, it all makes sense. It all has to do with the Orion Wars. Apparently, for most of the starseeds that are here now, we're working through the Orion Wars trauma, and in doing so, we are fixing or trying to prevent what went wrong there. So basically, everything that's happening to me is connected or is in some way energetically the same as my role in the Orion Wars. So basically, long story short, I'm still in the process of discovering how this whole shape-shifting works. I can't control it. I think this eye is doing something now, see? So yeah, but it happens. Sometimes I can feel it, like when my eye gets bigger. Like I have a video on there where this eye is twice as big as that eye, and I can feel that happening. It's like my eye wants to come out. So yeah, I do feel it happening, but it happens randomly, usually when I'm emotional, tired, or anything like that. What my zodiac sign is, I am a Sagittarius sun, I am a Scorpio moon, and I am a Gemini rising. Libra Mars, I think. What else? I'm mostly water and fire. So yeah, there you go. Fun. My North Node is obviously in the 12th house. Yay! Yeah, but you know, I only recently discovered I was a hybrid. That my stepfather was probably my MK Ultra handler. That there's been abuse, but also I've been taking a lot because I am not the soul intended for this body. I'm a walk-in. There was a negative soul intended for this body. This body was created for negative purposes. So they want me out. It's not going to happen though. So now they're trying me. They're trying from different angles to hint to me that I should have children, which I would love. I love children. All I wanted was like have a normal life, like have a house, have a job, like my passion, work being my passion, like have a boyfriend or husband, and have like 2 children and some pets. You know, that's all I wanted. But seeing as this bloodline is apparently very, very valuable to them, and it's got to do with Freemasonry as well. It's like, it's a messy story. It's like connected dots. But anyways, I decided, it's like, I don't want to continue this bloodline. It's not going to be for me, because that would give them another chance to have a negative soul incarnate into this body. So yeah, long story short, I am an angelic walk-in connected to the Andromeda galaxy. They're called Valkyrie. All I know is that the Norse mythology version of a Valkyrie, but I don't think it's exactly like that. My soul name is Hludana. Yeah, and apparently I was created, or this body, this physical body was created at a My Labs facility. My mother was taken, her eggs were taken and fertilized. So, yeah. So awesome. Well, walk-in is in agreement, you know. But I think being a type of soul Valkyrie, like, I think we basically told him, it's like, if you are going to incarnate, know that light is going to win. Know that it's going to be hard for you. You know, you can choose now to walk away and let us have this body. And I think it went something like that, that it was giving an ultimatum. I think it was forcefully, but, you know, not forced. If you know what I mean. And I think they're more like me. It's like that there's more light souls in negative attended bodies right now, preventing them from doing harm. So even if I hadn't come to this point in my life, because what they are telling me, that the amount of abuse and targeting and is that much, that it was never certain that I would make it, you know, like, because I did go through the veil of forgetting, and, you know, but it was just being in this body, preventing it from doing any harm, being used in any negative purposes, was enough. But apparently I'm stubborn. Yeah, I am, and I'm fiery, and I'm really passionate about this planet being freed from enslavement. And I made a pact with my soul group, is to never again Orion, because it is the great regret. It's the great sadness. Even not remembering everything, it brings sadness to me. So it never again Orion. We're not gonna let this happen again. So that is why I'm here. That is why I'm hybrid. I do not feel special or better than anyone else. I never have. I live in a council flat house, you would say, in the UK. I'm in the Netherlands. I can show you around a bit. It's shitty weather, so I made myself a little spot here. It's like, I'm a pig. Yeah, I'm a messy person, but I have a nice garden, and I live. But, you know, I don't have any money. I don't need any money, but, you know what I mean. I feel wealthy and thankful in everything I have. But, you know, there's nothing special about me. I went to uni several times. See, I'm a native Frisian and a native Dutch speaker. My English is good because I went to university and studied English as a second language and stayed in the UK for a while and in South Africa. But I never finished anything. I have huge college debts. There's nothing about me that says I'm special or that I want any attention. I don't have the tattoos because I want any attention. Actually, if there been any reason not to do it, it would be because I don't want to have all the attention. You know, I've worked in pubs before, and I've been in how do you say that, like in the entertainment business, but always in the background. I'm a background type of girl. I want to be where the action is and the magic happens, but I don't want to be in front of a camera. So I am surprised that I'm able to do this talk as long as I'm doing. And I'm really grateful for the wonderful comments I've gotten from people, because I was so afraid to, you know, be put down again, like people telling me I'm crazy, but the comments have been really, really heartwarming, and I'm really grateful for that. And I think, you know, it's building up my confidence to maybe in the future put more out there. So I am trying, even though I'm very reluctant to do it. I'm trying to do these videos more regularly, and I am reading everyone's questions, and I am writing them down so I can do a video on them, like in a week or in a few days or like 2 weeks, whenever I get myself to do it. But yeah, I hope it's helping people, and that it is the disclosure that people need and want, because I'm not the only one, you know. From the time I've been awakened to being a hybrid, I can see it in others as well, where I never noticed it before. But there's a lot of us. There's so many hybrids that were created when the mother was already pregnant and the DNA was injected. These people are 20% hybrid. But don't forget that humans are already hybrids. They're already a mixture of all these beings that have put their DNA in there sometimes. So some people have like one type of being just a bit stronger in their DNA. And at this moment, because the vibration is rising, and this is all from my perspective, I have to add, but because the vibration is rising, and you know, they're talking about the double helix DNA and more strands being awakened in it. With that comes more alien DNA. So a lot more people are going to see their eyes change and shift as well, because they might be 5% Nagas, or like Saurian or Mantis, or like 7%. And it doesn't always have to be like in physical appearance, because, you know, it can come out in so many different ways. Maybe in psychic gifts developing. But yeah, you know, people are changing. The world is changing, and it's changing for the good. You know, so we'll get there. You know, so trust the universe. Be thankful. You know, so all I can say. Oh, thank you, Soul Stone Spirit. It means a lot, you know. And actually, it really, really means a lot. And I really love you guys. And I just, yeah, I hope it helps. That's all. Is there anyone that has any more questions while I'm still here? Because I'm here now. Otherwise, I'm gonna go. See, this is one of my furry friends. You know, they protect me. You know how cats protect the astral body, and dogs protect you in the physical? I have 3 cats, and they do protect me. So yeah. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and everyone watching later on, and thank you for all your comments and your love, and I love you all, and we can do this, you know. We're a team, like we're a team. Does meditating help to get back to a divine self? Well, yes, it does, but you should not be restricted to the idea of meditating like this, like I can't show it, but like you know, you don't have to meditate like that. You can take a bath if that's your way to meditate. You can take a walk, you can do sports, whatever makes your head clear and be in the moment without thought. So there's room for spirit to come in. I'm sorry, I'm a pig, but you know, I am what I am. I'm the light and I have a lighter. Yeah, so you're meditating, and also, oh, there's one thing that that's been really bugging me. You know, people telling other people how to be spiritual, how to be love and light. Toxic love and light is like not wanting to look at any negativity. But spirits are coming, well, yeah, your higher self, you know, the information from source. So you need to get your head clear and be in the moment to be able to receive that. But yeah, there's one thing that really bugging me, and that is people saying that they're awakened, that they're love and they're light, but when you talk about all the horrible things that are going on in this world, they're like, well, I don't want to hear about it, all this negativity, because I create my own reality and I do not accept this in my reality. Well, bitch, you are creating that because you're looking away. Because you are looking away and not acknowledging the pain of these souls, because they deserve to be acknowledged. I'm sorry to get very passionate, but can you imagine? And I'm talking about all these horrible things about adrenochrome, like conspiracies. It's all true. It might not be in detail, but it's all happening. And these children, imagine being a victim of such abuse and people being like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear about it. Fuck yeah, you have to hear about it. You have to know about it. Turning your head, keeping a blind eye, sticking your head in the mud actually gives them a blind spot to do whatever the fuck they want. You need to see it. You need to acknowledge it, and you need to, consciously not agree with it. And I'm not saying you have to run up there and do anything. No. Source will balance it out. But we have to consciously agree or tell them or make a statement that I see what you're doing and I don't agree, it's not allowed. I don't want this in my world. And if everyone does that energetically, they can't do it. But they work this way. Silence is agreement. Not doing anything, not making that statement energetically, not speaking out, not wanting to see it. It's actually agreeing to it. That is creating that reality. It is agreeing to it because they tell you about it. And in their mind, if they tell you about it and you don't do anything about it, you don't state that you're not agreeing, they are allowed to do so. And also, Dracos that eat people, in their reality, it's okay to do so because humans eat animals. They are on top of the food chain. So as long as people keep on butchering animals, and I'm not talking about sustenance, if you are hungry and you need to feed yourself and you are able, because that is hard, and you are able to kill a cow, slaughter it, eat it, be thankful for it giving life, then maybe. But the way people are abusing conscious beings, slaughterhouses, I don't want to, I'll eat chicken nuggets, but I won't eat a drumstick because I don't want to see that it's been an animal. Oh, she's coming to look. See, she protects me. It's like every time I get upset, my cat comes and she's like, yeah, So we are treating conscious beings as products, abusing them, torturing them. Why are we allowed to do it? If we're allowed to do that, they figure they're allowed to do it to us because they're on top of the food chain. Do realize that. I'm sorry. No, the adrenochrome it's humans as well. Humans, it's like it keeps them young and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. The thing is, we are not the ones to judge them because that source will do that. Each soul is allowed to choose their path. Are you service to self or service to others? But we do not have to agree it happening on our watch. So what I want to say is, please do research about what is going on so you can consciously and very specifically say, energetically making a statement. You don't even maybe put it out there, share it, but it's energetic. You have to consciously say, I do not agree. I do not want this to happen. And if it happens, it is without my consent as a sovereign being. But you need to know what you are not in agreement with. If you say, I'm not in agreement with all the bad things that are happening in this world. No, not like that. You have to know what is happening. Who is doing it? People, I don't know, in the UK, in the US, Hillary Clinton, there's so much proof that she is a disgusting, horrible, children torturing monster. And, you can tell yourself, I don't vote for her. But the thing is, you vote. And that means that you are supporting the system that supports her. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't vote. That's everyone's choice. But know that you are supporting the system that supports her. There you get what I mean? I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not telling you to feel anything about it. But I'm telling you, please, research. Research. Being aware of the horrible things that are going on does not lower your vibrations. No, it actually raises it. Because you're being conscious. And that's what it's about. You have to be conscious so you can make conscious choices energetically. Whenever you are saying the blind eye, when you're turning your hand and I don't want to see it, it's actually agreeing to it happening. There's not any creature or any being the most dangerous of all, There's densities and there's higher vibrating beings, and you can actually ascend as a negative being, but you have to be very negative to choose that path to ascend in a negative way. And for us right now in this physical realm, an 8-dimensional, 7-dimensional negative Draco, that be a motherfucker. But that doesn't mean that you are not an eternal soul of sorts that is sovereign, and that you can make a statement. No one is allowed in this universe to do anything without consent. And consent does not mean you saying yes, but consent also means you not doing anything about it, not making a statement. If you get my gist. Sorry, I'm getting a bit riled up. Oh, me getting angry actually is really good for my eyes to shift. It's like emotions, shit will happen. I do think this one has actually had a slit pupil a few times now. So I'm not shifting him to my higher self. My higher self is an angelic light being. I have actually never been physical before because the angelic realm is separate from the incarnation. It's like when I explain it to people, it has nothing to do with being better than a different being, because we are all source experiencing itself in every way possible. But the angelic realm, if you see it as a theme park, yes, like source being like the theme park itself, or maybe being like the CEO of the theme park, then there's the angelics. And the angelics are the ones that do the maintenance, that build the rides, that keep everything clean, that are of service to the visitors that want to experience everything, that want to experience every ride. Those are the souls that incarnate and walk the path of incarnation. So being an angelic, yes, you are like the worker of source, but it's nothing glamorous. No. Yes, my true form has always been an eternal light body. Because I have always been an angelic, because my soul was created that way, for that purpose. The Orion Wars. How do I know I'm an angelic? Well, Jay, I think you should watch the whole video after I finish, because I think I've been talking for ages about just that. So, if you don't mind. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, that's why it was created. And me being here has to do with the Orion Wars, because the Orion Wars, a lot of angelics have a lot of regret for not taking action and not interfering sooner, because that is the rule amongst angelics. We do not interfere. We only assist. So took out a contract then 3 years, I guess. What I did, I made a pact. Most of us that are starseeds and walk-ins and all that, we are some of us just answered the call for help, because Gaia, world, however you want to call it, this conscious planet has been calling out for help. So most fifth, sixth dimensional and energetic souls that come from other places to kind of here, starseeds, are here to answer the call for help and assist. And there's a lot of us, like me, that have vowed never again Orion. So that is why I am here. And also it's because never again Orion. So I'm very, very passionate about helping this planet ascend and taking as many souls with us in ascension. You know, souls are not, you know, everyone has their own time and can do their ascension in their own way. So if souls do not come along with the ascension, that's fine. They get to incarnate in a different place in the universe and work out these third and fourth dimensional lessons, and then they can come back. You know, it's okay that not everyone is awakening, and that not everyone will come and will ascend. It's okay. They will get there. You know, every soul will get there at some point. So don't worry about that. But yeah, I think my battery is running low. I have been yapping and blapping. I'm so sorry. Flotality, you know, the Bible is just one way of describing what is going on there. Jesus, I don't know. He might, probably, I think he is an ascended master that has tried to bring across the message of love and light and connection, you know. But there's been so many beings, you know, Buddhism, you know, every religion talks about the same thing in different words. Sure, I believe there was an incarnation that was called Jesus, and that has done great things, and that has carried a great burden. But there's been so many. You know, Christianity has been abused by the ruling 1% of and Dracos and human beings and also insectoid. You know, it's been abused to control people to live in fear of judgment, going to hell. But you know, that's not how it works. If you are still searching for making sense of this all, I would advise you to read into the Law of One. That's been very helpful for me, and that's what resonates the most with me. So yeah, I'm not saying that you should follow it. You shouldn't follow anything. But for me, it's been what resonates most with my truth. So yeah, the Law of One, the channeling sessions of Ra. I don't think that it's the same group as the Ra from Egyptian times, but you know, that is very, I think, very light and resonates a lot with me. So I really have to go now because my phone is giving up. I'm sorry for taking this long. I love you all, and I'm so grateful and thankful for all the the wonderful comments you have post me. It's been heartwarming, and it actually helps a lot. You guys really help me build my confidence. So yeah, I love you guys, and just post your questions underneath my pictures, and I do read them all. If I don't react, I do read them all, and I will write them down, and I will do another one of these videos when I can. So thank you, bye for now, and you know, stay light, be happy, be thankful, and I love you all. Bye.